Scopes help you take aim when that shot comes. Purpose-built with maximum features, versatility, and a lifetime warranty. Crimson Trace will elevate your performance in moments that matter.
Welcome to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, where there's more to talk about than shooting. There's reloading and hunting and self-defense, too.
All right, let's talk about guns. I'm Tom Gresham. We're going to be talking about, well, guns and shooting and sports shooting, self-defense, which is always the number one reason that people give when they're asked, why do you own guns? Self-defense. Well, why would that be? Well, gee, because nothing else works as well. That's why. And people use guns in self-defense something on the order of 2 to 3 million times a year in the U.S., most of the time never having to pull the trigger. And a lot of folks have guns, shoot guns, go hunting, but they don't get politically involved. And unfortunately, the reality is you have to be politically involved if you want to continue to own guns, to have guns for self-defense, and not have your guns, frankly, taken away from you. A month ago in Virginia, I kept telling you, I said, there's this election coming up, and it's huge because Virginia could flip. The Senate, the House could go Democrat. The governor's already said, send me all the gun control bills you can. I'll sign all of them. Try to get people out. Try to get them motivated. Try to get them aware. Try to get them off their duffs. But Michael Bloomberg spent all this money in the state. And yeah, the Democrats took control of the legislature, and they had control of the governor's mansion. And now they're putting gun bills in like crazy, and they're going to fly through there with no resistance whatsoever. But something's happening. Something has happened in Virginia. Joining me to talk about that right now is Philip Van Cleave from the Virginia Citizens Defense League. Philip, what is this groundswell, this movement, this resistance that's going on there?
Well, it's called sanctuaries, and basically it's a massive message back to our legislature, the gun controlling Democrat leadership, that we don't want any more gun control. It's thousands of people turning out at Board of Supervisors meetings, which normally might get 10, 15 people. We're flooding out the building out the front yard, so it's a huge uprising of gun owners. A lot of whom slept through the election.
I was just going to say, of course, a lot of people are saying, if you guys would have gotten off your rear ends, you could have stopped this. You could have prevented this a month ago, and you wouldn't have to be fighting this holding battle that you're in right now.
That's right. You're exactly right, and that's exactly what it is. It's a holding battle rather than moving forward. We're going to be fighting to stand still. So, all right. Generally speaking, you get these county Board of Supervisor meetings, city council meetings, and you're right. There may be 10 or 20 people there. They might get 30 people there if there's a very contentious thing going on. And then all of a sudden they look up and and we're not kidding, we're talking 500, 1,000, 1,500 people at these meetings. What is driving this? Who is making this thing happen? Well, first of all, you had up to 2,000 in Augusta County. Wow. What's this? Tom, this is grassroots in action. This is gun owners, well, again, some waking up from a sound sleep and some that have been awake and screaming. And that started a motion. And people were looking for some way to get a message out, some way not to stand helpless. And VCDL's got in the middle of this and has been coordinating all this stuff, pulling the information together, pointing people where to go and what to say, and giving them the resolutions to present to the board to implement. Okay. So but it's grassroots all the way. So explain what sanctuary means. Second Amendment sanctuary. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you read these resolutions, what they're saying is that we will not enforce or spend money on any unconstitutional gun laws brought down from the General Assembly. And we've got, now, in and of itself, the localities can't do much other than say something like that. Now, if they have a police force, they could direct their chief of police not to enforce this stuff as part of his employment agreement. But we've got elected sheriffs, and we have elected Commonwealth attorneys, which is your prosecutor, your state prosecutor. And some of them are standing up and going, the sheriffs are going, some of them are going, I will not arrest anybody if these become law. And some prosecutors saying, I won't prosecute them. that puts some teeth in it.
What are some of the bills that are being introduced that probably will become law?
Well, it's hard to say what will become law. We're not done fighting yet, Tom.
Okay.
But because we're really. I'll talk more about it, about like lobby day and stuff. But
sure.
Some of the things they put out there are sort of the kitchen sink. One of the big bills that went out by the leader now, the new leader of the Democrat Senate, is one that says if you have an AR-15, any kind of quote unquote assault weapon that has one of the group of standard features, pistol grip, a detachable mag, whatever,
right.
that gun would then become illegal. You would have to sell it, give it over to the government, or move it out of the state. And they want to limit magazines. The same bill did a whole bunch of stuff. It was like an omnibus coming in. Now, they name bills like the such and such an act. I call this I hate gun owners bill. Because that's what it's about, man. This is about
of course
hatred.
It is.
This is about control. They're not going after criminals. They're going after you and me, the very people that if the world was populated with, we wouldn't need keys anymore to our houses. But no, they're going after us, and that's because disarmament. You and I both know the game plan in the long run is disarmament. And you hunters out there, you're on the menu as well with that sniper rifle that you hunt deer with, and it's that shotgun that shows 30 bullets with one pull of the trigger.
So who is showing up at these meetings? Give me a verbal picture of who is showing up, who's upset about this now.
Man, everybody. I mean, everybody, just men, women. A lot of women in there too. Minorities. We got a slice of America in there saying we don't want this. I mean, it's passionate. For somebody in Virginia, if you haven't been to one of these, you need to go. All I can tell you is the energy, the absolute energy in a crowd that big, of people focused and determined to stand up for the Constitution is something you have to experience. People have come up to me and say, where do you get your energy? One of them did it at the rally in Virginia Beach with 1,800 people. I pointed out at that crowd and I said, right there. I said, that charges my batteries for a week just to see this and to be a part of this.
How is the media treating this movement?
Well, they're covering it in the area. The local media, they can't help it. That's an elephant that's too big to even try to hide in a closet. It's just this monstrous thing. They're covering it. The other side is trying to poo-poo it. Oh, this is just symbolic and blah blah blah. But what's interesting is one of the delegates, Democrat delegates, asked our Attorney General to rule. What's the deal on this? But he's between a rock and a hard place. He said sanctuaries for illegal aliens was okay. So how is he really going to handle
okay. Here we go. All right. So obviously you got this groundswell. And I will tell you, honestly, I've never seen, and I've been watching this for decades, I've never seen this kind of reaction, this kind of resistance movement ever. Have you?
No, I have not. We are so bombarded. We are overflowing. I've never seen anything. I'm 6,000 emails behind, and I normally can keep up. I can't even begin. They're coming in faster than I can process them. Memberships coming in. It's an explosion. Nothing close. Nothing even close to this.
Well, you know what they say, out of chaos comes opportunity, and it seems to me that there is this opportunity. I think you may have just touched on it. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's kind of, okay, so what do we do with all these people? And how do we say, okay, we missed an opportunity at the election. Maybe there's something else we can do. We're talking with Philip Van Cleave from the Virginia Citizens Defense League. That's the VCDL. You can check it out, vcdl.org. We'll be right back with more Gun Talk.
Want your next gun purchase to be fast and hassle-free? Well, at galleryofguns.com, you can search through thousands of models from our huge firearms inventory. Find a great offer from a local dealer that includes all fees and taxes. And there's no need to arrange a transfer. Gallery of Guns takes a small deposit on your credit card, and your gun will be at your chosen dealer in as little as 48 hours. Plus, your gun will be covered by our guaranteed lifetime replacement warranty. Galleryofguns.com. Search, find, buy. It really is just that easy.
Visit guntalk.com/win for your chance to win the Fall-A-Day giveaway. Grand prize package includes a gun safe, a 9mm handgun, a .308 rifle, a thermal rifle scope, a package of holsters, and a shooting system for training, plus 3 first prize packages. Prizes provided by Alien Gear Holsters, ATN Optics, Federal Premium Ammunition, Liberty Safe, Mantis, and Ruger. Enter now through December 13th at guntalk.com/win.
Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. The time is now to band together. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
Since 1994, Crimson Trace has defined and built the laser sighting category through design, innovation, and performance. With an obsession to create best-in-class electro-optics, Crimson Trace now offers a full line of lasers, lights, reflex sights, red dot sights, and rifle scopes for tactical and sport applications. Most Crimson Trace products include free batteries for life, and all scopes are backed by a lifetime warranty. Find yours at your local dealer or at crimsontrace.com.
We're talking with Philip Van Cleave from the Virginia Citizens Defense League about the movement. And it is unprecedented. The things going on in county after county in Virginia. People are showing up by the hundreds and even the thousands at county commission, at city council meetings, basically saying we want sanctuary cities. We want sanctuary from enforcing these horrible gun control laws that are being introduced in the legislature. And Philip, you touched on something. You said something about Rally Day, Voter Day. How do you harness all these people who have been awakened and use them to stop these bills from becoming law?
Well, yeah, and of course we have this network. By the way, we have 46 sanctuaries right now. We've got 95 counties. So, talk to me a week from now. Next week we have 40 that are going to be hearing these bills, and I expect the majority of them are going to pass them. So we're going to be in the 50s and 60 counties saying, oh, no, we're doing a map of the state, and if green is the color for sanctuaries, it's going to dominate that map. It's going to be one heck of a message.
These county commissioners or supervisors have got to be wondering what the heck is going on.
Yeah, they do, but they know that this is they're getting on board because and some of them get it. Some of them understand the right. But what we're doing is like on Lobby Day. We're going to be at the General Assembly and we're going to have a Lobby Day and Tom, I've got no idea how many. We can normally turn out 800 to 1,000 for our rally and Lobby Day to go around lobbying. I have no idea what it's going to be this time. Is it going to be 1,000? Is it going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 50,000 people? It's all very possible.
I'm going to tell you, I think it's possible you could put 20,000 people there where there have never been 20,000 people appearing ever on any issue. I
agree completely with you. And we got another rally tomorrow. That's our main rally. It's on January 20th of 2020. So 1/20 of 2020 is our Lobby Day. Starts at 8 a.m. and the rally's at 11 at the Capitol. We're going to be right on the steps of the Capitol for our rally at 11. Should be really a heck of a picture looking out over what I'm hoping will be a massive crowd of gun owners standing up to protect the Constitution and their rights. By the way, one of the tricks, I just want to get this out there, one of the tricks I know they're going to pull, I told you that one bill would take away our assault rifles, you'd have to turn them in, get rid of them, whatever. I know what they're going to do. I know how this game is played. They're going to come back and go, oh, all right, we'll grandfather them. If you've got one of these, you can keep it. Sure. And you see what they're trying to do. It's a divide and conquer. Oh, good, I get to keep my gun. To hell with the next generation. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to fall for that. We are not going to compromise. This stuff all has to die. But we've got to get people out, and I think we're going to get them. I wish you were here just to feel what's going on around us. It's an amazing thing, and there's elections again in 2 years, and I guarantee the Democrats are looking over their shoulder thinking, we just got the House. Are we going to have it in 2 years? And if they keep this up, the answer is going to be no.
So you got another meeting tomorrow, I guess.
Yes. 1 o'clock at the Capitol, same place, 1 p.m., 1 p.m. we'll be there with God, Family, and Guns. It's a rally another organization has put together, and I'll be speaking there. But again, we'd love a big turnout.
And you've got meetings in the various counties throughout the week. How do people find out where they are and what's going on?
Well, you go to our website, vcdl.org. On the calendar, we've got them. If you're on our free email alert system, or if you look at the email archives, you'll see all the details, where to go, what time, and so forth and so on. You really got to get on our free email called VA Alert. That went up 3,000 people in a little over 2 weeks. We now have 32,000 up there. And that's where you go. We coordinate it all up there, and we're going to be coordinating everything to do with the General Assembly. And I've told people, I said, normally before when the Republicans were in control, I didn't hammer you guys to take off work and come to a committee meeting and flood a meeting. But I've already warned everybody, this is different. I want hundreds and hundreds of people to show up at even the small subcommittees.
You know, Philip, you and I have been talking about this very subject for many years of how do you get people to show up? How do you get them motivated? How do you get them off their rear ends? And we talk about it. You got to show up. You simply have to show up. And you've been exceptionally good at that. But this is a different level. This is an order of magnitude larger than anything you've done before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, this is a 10 on the Richter scale. This is people looking over their shoulders. And again, I do want them to understand that the grandfathering is not acceptable. We cannot back down on any of this. They're going to come for you. You can grandfather guns. They'll still come back and get them the next time.
Of course.
You got to fight every inch that they're going to take. There's going to be one battle that they're going to be putting up with for every little inch they try to take. We're geared up to do it. What
I'm hoping, and I know we're talking about Virginia here, but I'm hoping that everybody else in the country who's listening to this is taking this and going, now is the time. We're not going to wait until we lose control the way it happened in Virginia. And again, you and I have talked about this, the way that you stop that from happening is you got to get involved in your state group, your state gun rights group, because that's the group that knows what's going on the ground, knows, what bills are coming up. And you got to go show up at the legislature, at the General Assembly, because what you don't want is to have to do what you're doing right now, understanding that you guys could scream and holler all you want to, but if they want to, they could just go and pass these laws. Absolutely. They're in control. And we will take some of this stuff to court. We've got lawyers lined up, so we'll go to the Supreme Court with some of this. But still, yes, if we could take this energy and if we had control of both bodies still, we could move the ball forward. We could get rid of even more gun control. But no, it didn't work out that way. But, they grabbed the tiger by the tail, and now they're going to have to figure out what to do with him. So, and again, you're a veteran of this. You're looking at all this energy that's been generated, and you're seeing people show up who've never shown up before. Do you think that they will carry this forward? Do you think this will have legs? Will it last a long time? That's a very good question. But, Tom, remember when the 1994 rolled around and the assault weapon ban? Mm-hmm. A decade later, people were mad enough that they let that thing sunset because gun owners were still fuming a decade later. Right. I think if they make some of our guns illegal, if they really go into the gun control, people are going to stay ginned up. They have to be, because if they back off, they're going to get the next thing and the next thing until finally we're unarmed slaves. And then, I don't think Virginia's going to do that. We got some really good people. I don't think we're going to let that happen. Let me switch on you for just a second. It's kind of connected, though. Michael Bloomberg is now running for president of the United States. You just watched what happened in Virginia when Bloomberg came in there with his money and basically bought up the advertising and managed and massaged the media For those of us in the rest of the country who are now starting to see his ads, explain what just happened and a little bit about Bloomberg.
Well, Bloomberg, first of all, he's hated Virginia ever since we got a law passed. He tried to get some of our dealers to basically do a straw purchase arrangement to try to catch them making an illegal sale. So he sent agents down here to pretend to be buyers and stuff. And we figured out what that was and got put together something called the Bloomberg gun giveaway to help fund legal fees to get all these dealers out of this mess.
Right.
But the state passed a law that said if you ever do that again, Mr. Bloomberg, they didn't name it at him. I mean, they didn't put his name in there, but if he did this again, he'd be a felon. They would go after him. And so he's had a bee in his bonnet anyhow. But, yeah, he comes in with the money, and he just – I mean, I've watched the legislator, people that were really good on guns, I've watched them go bad on guns. And I think the idea is that they've got a lot of money in their pockets or they're frightened that he will somehow, put money into an opponent. So right. he's driving this in Virginia. More and Soros a little bit, but by far Bloomberg.
And Bloomberg just announced this week his plan, if he gets elected president, is to put judges on the benches who will basically destroy the Second Amendment. Yeah.
If you can destroy a God-given right, but yes, that's yes. He's maniacal. He is truly he's the one that wanted to ban sugary drinks because in his almighty thinking that people shouldn't have it. Yeah, this guy is a tyrant with a capital T, and it's for real.
Exactly. Well, I want to direct people to the website. It's VCDL for Virginia Citizens Defense League, vcdl.org. Philip, congratulations. I'm sorry that you're in the position where you have to do this, but boy, the movement is unbelievable. Please keep us posted, okay?
Sure. Yep. I'd be glad to do it. And, if you have me on at some point in the future, we'll update everybody what's going on.
Good deal. Lobby Day is
2 weeks.
Yeah, January the 2nd of 2020.
It's January 20th of 2020 is the Lobby Day.
Okay, January 20th of 2020. There you go. Thanks, Philip. Appreciate that. We'll keep people posted on that. All right, what's on your mind? 866-TALK-GUN. We're open lines. If there's a gun you want to talk about, something you want to buy, think about getting something for Christmas, either giving or getting it for yourself. I am your guy. I'll be your Santa for you. 866-TALK-GUN. Let's talk about self-defense with guns. What are you carrying? Do you carry a gun? Seriously. I mean, first of all, do you carry? And if so, why? But maybe more than that, if not, why not? I know you've thought about it. If you're listening to this show, you've probably thought about it. Too much hassle? Too expensive to get the license? Don't know if you could shoot somebody? I've heard all of that. I mean, there's not a right or wrong answer. I mean, I make my decision based on how I see things. You make your decision based on how you see things. If you carry, what do you carry and how do you carry it? Appendix? Outside the waistband? Inside the waistband? Pocket? Just like to know. Also, are you thinking about buying anything in the way of shooting stuff for Christmas? I'm going to suggest you might want to be thinking. I'm looking at a report that says that sales are expected to go up significantly in this holiday season and on into next year based on political pressure, guns and ammo. I think you'll see prices start to increase. Your local gun store has some pretty good deals right now. You might want to just waltz in there. And I know everybody wants to shop online, and that's fine. But honestly, when you walk into your local gun store, you stumble across things, and it's one of the more fun experiences you have. You walk in, you go, oh, can I see that? And you start handling that. Oh, that's cool. What else you got that's interesting? And you say, well, what do you got that's used? Used guns are a great value. So be sure to ask about used guns. See what's there. And it may be that you're thinking, I've never owned a 1911. I grew up in the age of the plastic fantastic. Glock, M&P, on and on. But you've never had an all-steel gun. Maybe a 1911. Now, all right, I love 1911s. I love the design. I love how they shoot. I love how they handle. I love how they feel in my hands. And, it's the law of primacy. I started with those. And yet, I've kind of come to the point where I am moving the 1911. I'm not going to get rid of my 1911s. Don't get me wrong. But I am probably moving them out of the everyday carry category for me. And that's something. That's saying a lot, because I've always thought that, it's been called the greatest fighting handgun. It's a great platform. John Browning was a genius. But here's the thing. We now have a new category of pistol. It's been coming along for a while. I would go probably back to maybe the Ruger SR9, as thin as, if not thinner than, a 1911, holding a dozen or more rounds. And now you got the SIG P365, the Springfield Armory Hellcat, the Glock G48 and 43X. You go on and on and on. And I look at those and I go, well, you know what? Even with a 9mm 1911, you're looking at 10 rounds plus. And with a lot of these, you're looking at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rounds plus, and they're smaller. I took my P365 and laid it on top of my commander size 9mm 1911 the other day. And the P365 is significantly smaller, even with the 12-round magazine. So I've got 13 rounds in the gun of 9mm. It's smaller, it's lighter, it's easier to carry. Where are you on your EDC, your everyday carry? I mean, and yes, I mean, look, you know what it is about the 1911? A lot of people don't quite understand what makes it so cool, what makes it so great to shoot. You shoot one, you go, wow, that's really neat. Think about this. The trigger in your pistol, if it's not a 1911, pivots on a point somewhere. The geometry changes as you pull the trigger. With a 1911, it doesn't pivot. It slides fore and aft, forward and backward. As a result, it can be tuned up to be absolutely marvelous, and it's a straight pull back. For me, it's easier to shoot it more accurately. But everything else has become so darn good. It's pretty darn close. It's close enough. It's good enough. In some cases, good enough really is good enough. And then you add in this aspect, and this is kind of the hidden aspect, the secret sauce, the thing I didn't think I was going to be getting to. I never saw it coming. And that is the OSP, optical sights on pistols. Lots and lots of people are putting red dot sights on their pistols now. And I'm thinking about this situation in Pensacola. I'm thinking about mass shooting events, mass attacks, terror attacks. When the concern was, a guy's going to come up and rob you on the street, or mug you, or carjack you, and you're thinking, the shots are going to be 3, 4, 5 feet, not yards, feet. Snubbies were great. Who cares? But if you could get into a situation at a mall or a public place where somebody is shooting at you and other people, and the thing is, they're not like necessarily targeting you. They're just shooting anybody and everybody. But that person's 35 yards away. If you gave me a choice, you said, okay, you have to make a headshot on somebody who's 35 yards away. And you have the choice of a pistol with iron sights or a pistol with a red dot sight. I will choose the red dot sight every time. It's simply more precise. And not trying to figure out front sight, rear sight, and a target that's way out there. Where am I going to put my focus? And the other thing is, and we talked about this on a live video we did on Friday, Ryan and I did, and that is, when you get pretty far out there, your front sight, the blade on your front sight, gets large enough, it actually can cover up the target, and precise aiming becomes an issue. Whereas a red dot allows you to continue precise shooting and aiming. So I'm just kind of curious where your thought process is these days. Has it changed in terms of your carry gun type, weight, size, capacity, and sighting system? 866-TALK-GUN. And, of course, as always, looking for those range reports. I'm Tom Gresham. We'll be right back. Used guns can be a great value, but you have to know who you're buying from. What if you could buy quality used guns with a lifetime warranty from the Internet's largest online reseller? That's what you get at Dewey'sGuns.com. They stand behind every firearm purchase for life. If you have a problem, they'll either fix or replace your gun. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, and more. Check out their inventory today at Dewey'sGuns.com.
A perfect pistol for self-protection? Smith & Wesson's M&P 2.0 Compact. Big enough to shoot easily, small enough to carry daily. Plenty of ammo to get the job done with 15 rounds of 9mm. Also available in 40 and 45 calibers. All the great M&P 2.0 enhanced features, now in a compact size for carry and home protection. Check it out at smith-wesson.com.
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Bata Group. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsmen's Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
Brownells.com is your home for all things firearms. Looking for a retro rifle? How about the BRN 180 or 180S? Named one of SHOT Show's best products of 2019. Visit Brownells.com for guns, ammo, reloading equipment, or anything you need to customize your firearm. And enjoy the industry's only guaranteed forever satisfaction policy. To stay up to date with the latest and best deals from Brownells, text BRN to 556-223.
I got a question for you. When do you want to spot the burglar? When he's casing your home or after he's already in? Ask John, whose Blink camera alerted him of burglars trying to break in while he and his family were home. Or Shannon, whose Blink camera caught a thief stealing packages. That's a big deal this time of year. Both times, Blink video clips were sent to the police to help convict the crooks. Blink motion-activated indoor and outdoor cameras are wire-free, set up in minutes, and run on 2 lithium batteries that last up to 2 years. And when you're away, Blink's live feed option lets you monitor your home and check in on kids and pets from anywhere using your Blink smartphone app. No contracts and totally affordable. In fact, Blink systems start at just $79.99. Thanks to Blink, home security just got easier. Visit blinkprotect.com/guntalk. blinkprotect.com/guntalk. Also available on Amazon and at Best Buy. Blink is an Amazon company, and it works with Alexa. All right, line 1. Steve's with us out of Pensacola, Florida, with a range report. Steve, what you got there?
Hey, Tom, how you doing? I just wanted to give my endorsement for anybody that's looking to become a better marksman to look into a local Project Appleseed shoot and to consider that as a possibility for training in how to really aim yourself, breathe, trigger control. I mean, the whole enchilada. And I'll tell you what, in terms of taken this guy that thought that hitting a tin can at 50 yards was a good deal. I mean, where you can hit a 2-inch target at 50, it's, a great feeling.
What made you decide to go take the Project Appleseed class?
Well, I always wanted to become a better iron sight shooter than what I was, because, again, just being able to hit, a pop can or a paper plate or something at distances was not really what I wanted for accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be able to, kind of aim small, hit small kind of concept.
Right.
So
right.
I figured, well, a friend of mine actually participates as a range assistant for the local Project Appleseeds, and so for months I'd been wanting to take it, but the timing and my availability never worked out until it just did in October. But really glad that I did it, and it's super inexpensive as far as firearms training goes. It was like $65 for the 2 days, and I. Like I say, for somebody that wants to take their accuracy and marksmanship to the next level, whether it's for hunting or target shooting or whatever, I strongly endorse that.
All right, they can find out more about it at appleseedinfo.org and have all the information there. I appreciate it, Steve. Good range report there. Thank you, sir. Line 4, Ron is out of Surprise, Arizona. Ron, what are you carrying?
I carry a snub-nose 38 hammerless.
Okay.
And I carry it in an appendix holster because here in Arizona, sometimes you're not wearing much and it doesn't print.
So how did you decide on that? What was the thought process that led you to a hammerless 38?
Well, no hammer. There's no drag on a hammer when you draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get hung up in clothing.
Right.
And
now,
when you pull it, it's like the old Kodak camera, point and shoot.
Point and shoot. But you only have 5 or 6 shots. Does that bother you?
My high capacity 9mm, not far away.
Aha. When you say not far away, are you carrying it as well?
No, but generally I'm not too far from where I have it.
Well, okay, and then I'm going to be the devil's advocate. Why aren't you carrying the 9mm?
I don't want to carry open carry. I don't want to draw attention to me.
Okay, so just too much to carry and try to cover up.
Here in Arizona, that's pretty hard to do that in a 90-degree temperature plus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, I understand. All right, good deal. Hammerless 38, we've got to vote for that. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. Let's see. Randall's with us on 5 out of Redmond, Oregon. Randall, what are you carrying?
Yeah, Tom, I'm carrying a CZ P10 compact version.
Okay.
A while back I called and I asked about carrying my 1911 or the Glock 19, and I'd really struggling to try to find a great carry gun for me. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, I walked into a gun store and I looked at this this CZ, and like, oh my gosh, this gun felt so good in my hand, and a nice trigger, about the same size as a Glock 19. It's reliable, and now this is my everyday carry gun. And I carry it. I carry it 2 ways. I also carry it inside the waistband in the summer months.
Right.
And then I have a outside the waistband in the winter months when I typically wear a sweatshirt.
There you go. And it's funny you say that. That's what I've been doing. I'm carrying outside the waistband, just on the belt, but with a sweater or a vest. I have several of these fleece vests that makes a really nice cover garment in the winter. It's a real, and I'm telling you, an outside the waistband for me is simply a more comfortable way to carry. I'm playing with some different holsters and different pistols and trying that, but I think OWB is in my future. How are you carrying? All right, you buying anything for Christmas? Gun, ammo, scope, holster, anything else? Let us know. 866-TALK-GUN. Also, if we can't get you in here, we'll get you into the after show. If you haven't heard our after show, it's a bunch of fun. We have all our friends show up for that one. You can listen to it online through anywhere you get podcasts, and also, of course, through the Gun Dealio app. Check out Gun Dealio at gundealio.com. Oh, yeah, don't forget, we have a lot of cool things that you might want for Christmas for neat gifts over at shopguntalk.com. We've got some neat hats and a shirt that's very cool, showing a double stack magazine and a single stack magazine with the greater than sign. It's just cool. You're your gunny friends will enjoy it. We have it in men's and women's T-shirts. Go to shopguntalk.com. Peter is joining us on line 1 out of Pensacola. Hey, Peter, what'd you get?
I bought an Auto Ordnance 1911. I bought it used. The price was fantastic, and I wasn't going to do it, but my wife told me to buy it, and, she's the boss. When she speaks, I listen.
Okay, and
I have yet to be able to fire a single round through it. I'm having some problems getting it to feed, getting it to load. It came with one magazine, so I actually bought from one of your sponsors. I had a great deal on 1911 magazine, so I bought 2 of those. Okay. I have the same problem no matter which magazine I'm using. I was using the Train and Protect ammunition at first. I know the 1911 was designed for ball nose, so I bought a different brand of ball nose ammunition and still had the same problem. Took it back to where I bought it. One of the salespeople did some things, at least smoothed out the action, made it a little smoother, but still can't get it to feed reliably. So now
let me ask you, what does it do when you say it's not feeding? What's it doing?
The round is stripping from the magazine, and it is catching just below the feed ramp. And so it'll actually stop the slide halfway.
Okay. And I take it the gun store, you bought it from a gun store, I take it.
That's right.
They won't take it back, but they also can't get it to shoot for you.
Right.
Came with no guarantee, I guess.
That's correct.
There are several choices. One is just get it to a good gunsmith. Also, you can always replace the barrel on it, and that'll probably take care of the whole thing. Just swap out the barrel. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
That's simple. I mean, if you've taken it apart to clean it, you understand how easy it is to swap the barrel out on that. And chances are you get a barrel with an extended ramp, a feed ramp on a polished feed ramp, it'll probably take care of it. But I would think if you could find a good gunsmith, and clearly it's not happening at that gun store, find a good gunsmith in the area, take it over there and say, hey, what do I do? I'm going to ask you a really quick question, and I don't mean to be accusatory, but do you shoot other handguns and do they work?
Yes and yes.
Okay, you see where I'm going, don't you? It's kind of okay. Are we all right? Are we lip wristing it, or do all of the rest of it? Okay, I figured that. I just had to say it. I would get it to a gunsmith, a separate gunsmith, and also consider a replacement barrel. Maybe a way to go, and it's just one of those. That's one of the reasons why if you buy a used gun, if you can buy it from a store that has a range where you can go shoot it before you buy it, that's really a good thing, and not all places have that. Or if you get return privileges, hey, I'm going to buy it used, but if I could bring it back within 30 days, if it doesn't, I'm not 30 days, 3 days, and we could just do a flat-out get my money back deal. I wish you luck with it. Thank you. Hey, everybody, now's the time to call. Be a part of the after show, 866-TALK-GUN. In the meantime, pay attention to what's going on in Virginia. They have figured out that they need to mobilize. The movement is there. You need to get something like that going in your state, because let me tell you, the gun banners are at the door and they want every gun you have. Get involved.